The second petition for a review was brought by the city government of Taipei, the capital, which was sued after rejecting marriage applications from same-sex couples. The ruling of the court, formerly known as the Council of Grand Justices, came as bills to legalize same-sex marriage have stalled after passing an initial reading late last year. The current legislative session ends on May 31, and the next session opens in September. "I think it's an important and monumental decision," said Su Yu-jen, a lawmaker who sponsored a same-sex marriage bill. "And I want to urge the president and my colleagues in the legislative yuan to move ahead with this and show Taiwan's progressive values to the world." With local elections in 2018 and a presidential election in 2020, Mr. Su said that the governing Democratic Progressive Party may be hesitant to push same-sex marriage legislation, which has been met with strong opposition from conservative groups and churches in central and southern Taiwan. President Tsai Ing-wen, who took office last year, had declared her support for same-sex marriage during the election campaign, saying, "In the face of love, everyone is equal." Since then, however, Ms. Tsai has yet to throw much political capital behind the issue. When Taipei's streets were occupied by rallies both for and against same-sex marriage, her silence surprised some who had seen her as an ally. Responding to a question about her expectations for the legalization of same-sex marriage at a December 31 meeting with local and foreign journalists, Ms. Tsai said she believed that Taiwan's handling of the issue would be a test of the maturity of our society. The apparent momentum that the same-sex marriage bills enjoyed at the end of last year dissipated this spring after groups opposed to the bills threatened to mobilize voters against lawmakers who supported the other side. The announcement in February that the Constitutional Court would hear the petitions filed by Mr. Kai and the Taipei government effectively allowed wary lawmakers to postpone dealing with the issue. For Mr. Kai, who was arrested in 1986 after publicly declaring that he was gay while Taiwan was still under martial law, the ruling on Wednesday was another step in a decades-long campaign for greater rights. "In Asia, every country's situation is different," he said. "But this should certainly offer some encouragement to different societies to consider following in Taiwan's footsteps and giving gays and lesbians the right to marry." Continue reading the main story.